I cannot believe I did this same thing. I was like trying to get on here for a few minutes. And I'm like, no, it's these three dots. I remember from that one time, the first time I had trouble. No, you have to hover over your image in your picture here. And then something pops up to say add a stage. I don't know if anyone ever uses StreamYard and they have problems. Maybe I'm your gal because I make all the dumb mistakes before I figure it out. You like that? Like confetti? I don't know what kind of sprinkling is going on up here, but it's definitely a special effect. But I like it. It looks like glitter. It looks like diamonds are falling from the sky. I don't know about you guys or what you're doing. It's Friday evening. The sun is still shining here in Central Florida. Pretty hot. It's pretty hot up here, down here, depending on where you are. East, west, where are you guys located? But yeah, very hot, muy caliente here in Central Florida. It's like 95 degrees when I was out by the pool earlier. And I'm trying to get out more, get some vitamin D, and just like, fix my skin. You guys know, if you know me, over the last few years, I've had some skin situations. That's what I call it now, skin situations, because I don't like labels in general, just in life, about any cat. I just don't love labels or like them. I don't know if you guys do or don't. But you remember back in the day, like especially in school, and as you're, you want to get married, you want to face like that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend, like we're together, we're going out, we're like that's like a really important label everybody gets into as we're growing up, right? Or like let's say in high school, for example, what labels? That's a really bad time people get labels, right? Middle school, high school, what labels were there at your school? Like, what were you labeled as? Or maybe what did you perceive to be labeled as versus maybe what other people actually thought of your, labeling you as what? What did you label yourself? Like, what did you pick? I'm just thinking of stuff in the go because this is Friday Flow. I know for me, I actively chose to play sports and like I'm going to be an athlete and I'm going to make good grades and stay in the honors classes and do this and that and like fill my time so that I'm not sitting around like bored, feeling weird, feeling like down, right? Or not sure which crowd to hang out with. Like I'm going to actively choose to do sports and be friends with like my teammates and do this. And I was just very decisive and just very purpose driven and purposeful about what I selected. For most of my life, I've been like that. It's like, if I'm going to go this way, I'm going to go that way. And I'm going to do all those things, because what are you going to do? Like, if you keep stopping and changing your mind or being indecisive, it's like, you can't fully live that way. And it's dumb and it's super annoying to you and everyone around you. And, you just can't stay in the moment. You can't you can't take all the opportunities life has to offer if you don't make a decision to move forward. And someone told me a long time ago, I'm pretty sure it was a significant other at some point. He said, like, even if you make the wrong decision, if you decide this is not the decision you want moving forward, at least you made one and you can come to that conclusion like better, faster, like in a more clear way, more clarity in your life. And you can change your mind and decide then when you're at that crossroads. Because, I remember that was in my late 20s when this particular person said that. I'm not going to share more than that. But he was so right. And I remember him counseling me. I didn't ask for counseling, but, you just get these conversations with people and it's like, it's not your therapist, but it was really great advice. And at the time, he was counseling me about something very touchy, very like I did something wrong, against my own morals, against society's morals. It was just a really rough time in my life. And I was like, that's why I was having such trouble with decisions I was making, because I had done something so wrong and then trying to come out of it, like, and pick up parts and pieces of yourself, right? And that was really helpful. And see, look, I'm 39 now and I remembered that. And I think I was like 28 at that time. So that was over 10 years ago, you guys. Look at that. But I hope you're having a great yeah, Friday. We were talking labels. We've talked a few different things, but yeah, that's a really good topic. I'm making notes in my new phone here. My mom helps me with that, so shout out to her. I've switched phones a few times fairly recently, so it's been kind of annoying. Like in the last 2 years, I've had like three different phone numbers. And the first part of my life, I had the same number for ever since I had a cell phone, like a really long time ago. And it was always my number. And then I kind of went off the grid and stopped paying this. I stopped paying all my bills, you guys. I went off the grid. I was dealing with health stuff. We call it skin situation now, but it was a lot of ups and downs health wise, and I couldn't financially keep up with bills, and I had to stop working, and all these things happened. I had to give up my car. I had to do, you got to take care of you first. You come first, right? I come first. I made that decision, thank God, because I was already killing myself trying to keep it going with the health issues, and that got worse and worse. So if things keep getting worse and worse and your health goes down, you guys just stop everything. That's my advice. Just stop everything and get some help and collect yourself. And it's a healing process. That's what I've been doing. And that's what I would recommend to anyone. But where was I going with that? Oh, yeah, I'm doing notes again on the phone. I'm coming up with like topics for different shows. If you guys haven't checked the shows out that I'm doing with Grace Fraga over on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast. Definitely check us out. We're calling it Quantum Nerds or like Nerd Babes because we're talking about quantum reality, physics, quantum everything, right? It's all related to our life and spirituality and consciousness and a lot of things we have experienced and continue experience in this life. And she's a great actress and comedian, and I've saw some of her stuff online. I haven't actually met her in person, so hopefully we will in the near future. Well, we will. I don't say hope, we will. I'm going to be traveling more here before I know it, so I need to get some stuff together. Speak of that. But yeah, I've done shows on NATV network, you guys. We've talked with different people. Susie and I've done some shows. It's like I've known different groups of people doing these live streams and different types of shows. We've interviewed, authors, musicians. We're going to be doing more of that in different capacities and different types of shows. And I've talked a lot about like abuse recovery, narcissistic abuse recovery, healing, random topics, life, spiritual awakening, consciousness, being a mom, having ADHD, being in a society that wants me to be normal or a normie. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Just all the different topics, right? But I thought it would be fun because I was coming up with like these getting to know you questions. And I'm going to pop off here, you guys, because I am starving and I made this really yummy dimmer. Like, see, I can't even talk straight because I'm hungry. And I have been eating so much, you guys. Normally, I would have already stuffed my face, but I'm glad I waited because I usually get food in my teeth. But you probably couldn't see because there's like this filter on this thing with the cool glitter falling. So I usually don't do that, but I'm starting to have fun with it on these shows now. But I thought this would be good. I'm going to go through a couple of these questions. So if they apply, I'm answering. If they don't, I'll just keep it real like I usually do. So just so you know. The first one says, what was the best and worst part of your week and why? Honestly, I cannot remember the worst part of my week. Thank God. Now, if you would have asked me that not too long ago, I could have told you a lot of worst parts of my day, my week. I was just going through a lot, and I am so thankful that I'm not experiencing that like all day, every day. It's just God. I don't want to get emotional tonight. I don't feel like it, but yeah, I am so thankful for that. And the healing journey is definitely paying off. But I can't remember the worst part of my week. How amazing is that? The best part is right now because I'm in the moment with you guys. I'm right here. I'm present. And I'm here. And that's why they call it a gift to be in the present. I've said it. I say it both ways. I say it backwards, frontwards. It's true. And I would say any moment I'm with my son, it's the best part of my week or my day. And that's true too. He's here, but he's always in here. And I tell him that. I'm like, you can never leave me. I can never leave you fully. He's like, oh, one day what if you die? And what? I'm like, we're always together. It's here. So don't worry about it. Um, Here's another one. What are we craving? What are we craving currently? So I'm involving you. What are you craving? Let me know in the comments or when I post this. A few people have popped in and out really quick. So I'm never looking like I always have something to talk about with myself. So yeah, it's like no worries. If you want to pop in and say hi, awesome. If not, I'm going to post this later and keep it rolling. So what am I craving? Definitely what I just made tonight. It's a cream cheese chicken with onion mixture with rice, and it sounds really good. And yeah, I have actually a little, this looks like water. There is water in it. There's lemon. There's gin as well. There's like a big thing of gin with a little bit left. And then I found the cute, these cute little bottles. Aren't they adorable? It's Tanqueray. You guys remember that cool commercial with the Tanqueray? He's like, how do you Tanqueray? And he's like underground bar partying, but classy. How do you Tanqueray? Like with that kind of accent. I forgot. But yeah, London dry gin. So he's probably like a London kind of accent dude. Okay. Very good. Very good. This other one, I forgot what it's called, but I think it's also from like London, England. They have very I think some friends actually got that one that live in England. Pretty sure. But gin wise, Hendrix is amazing as well. If you guys need any Rex, I am also thankful. This sounds ridiculous, but it's true. I am thankful that I can drink a little alcohol again. And I had a few drinks like over the last couple weeks. You guys don't understand what, because I spent years out of my life just enjoying it like a normal adult, I guess. And then there's been times in my life where I drank more than usual and less or not at all. And over the last few years with the healing and the situations medically and spiritually, whatever I was dealing with, I had to stop drinking for a long time. Like my body could not take it. It was like poison. It just smelled. The thought of it made me sick. And that was fine if that was going to be the rest of my life. I was like, I can accept that. I didn't think it was going to be. I'm like, it's got to be whatever's going through my body. And sure enough, that was true, because now you can see I can have a little bit. And it's like I can sip on it. It's not like I need it, but it's just enjoyable. And that's the balance when we're more on the healed side. The life journey, the healing journey continues, right? Because there's not a destination. When you're living in the present and you're here, it's the process. You fall in love with the process, you guys. You don't even think or care about the destination, except to visualize, a great healthy future and all that kind of stuff. But it starts happening and manifesting because you're visualizing it and being in the present. It happens. So I say, allow yourself to daydream, allow yourself to visualize and be positive and dream really big. They always say, dream big. Like, if you can dream it, you can do it. And everyone laughs, I've noticed, and kind of like thinks that's a bunch of hogwash. I'm like, okay, they told us that in school and now look at us. It's like, yeah, because at some point we all bought into the lies, right? We bought into society's lies. We bought into our own lies, what we tell ourselves, our own narrative, our family, our friends, our neighbor, everybody. Because we're all just like projecting onto each other, and like you have to go inside, go within to actually heal and go through these layers of what truly is and then what isn't, and what it just starts naturally falling into place. It's the craziest thing, but I'm here to tell you it's true, or it's been true in my life. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting which password I did, and then I have to redo it. 1, 2, 2. Okay, that one. I'll just do a couple more and then get off of here so I can eat. And I hope you guys have a great Friday. And I'm going to try to keep these shorter. I think the first time I did it, I did one with my son. That was great. It was like 35 minutes. And then the last one I did, I just kept talking. It was like over 45 minutes. But I was also waiting. We were going to go out to an Indian restaurant. That was amazing, by the way. If you guys are ever in Claremont, Florida, the Indian Guru restaurant in Claremont, it had 5-star. It was amazing. Like their naan bread, off the chain, everything else, amazing. It was my son's first time at an Indian restaurant, and he really liked it. It was like he didn't know what to order, so I'm like, you got to either order, tikka masala or butter chicken. It's like you go with these, you're going to be happy. But if you kind of deviate from that path, you're not used to Indian food, then you might get freaked out. So, and the naan bread, everyone likes the naan bread. Okay, the last one. Let's see. What's a fast random fact, fun fact about us that no one else would normally know? I say us because please give me yours if you read this. Read this. I mean, listen to this. I'm not having a transcript, so no, you're not going to be reading it. I always say with the fast fact people don't know, but I always say, well, I played water polo in high school because I think that's something not a lot of people say. Like, it's not one of the more popular sports. Like, if someone looked at me, they might be like, she played basketball or volleyball, or maybe, who knows what the preconceived notions are. But I played water polo and I swam, and I don't think I was going to be able to do anything on land. So I pretty much, whatever was in the water that was available, I just did that. Water baby. But other than that, a fact about me no one else would know. I mean, that's the go-to thing, but I can't think, because I share too much. When you're too much of an open book and you talk too much and you share too much, it's like I've shared so many parts of like my ups and downs of life. I think that a lot of other people would have tried to hide or been embarrassed about. That, yeah, I just have chosen not to. And it's very freeing and liberating, and I will encourage you to do the same. And I hope you have a great Friday night. And yeah, I never know when my son's going to drop in. I'm going to be like interviewing some people and setting that up later, but I'm just trying to get in the Friday flow, get in the flow show, get the mojo going for like every Friday. Cause like I realized when I started this, it was almost a month ago. And then I just got really tired again. I was sleeping a lot. I was going through another, like, I keep calling them energetic shifts. That's what I call it. But maybe you guys experienced your own, and maybe you call it something else. You call it a slump, or you could label it something negative if you want. I don't choose to do that anymore. I just call it energetic shifts. That's what popped out of my mouth the other year. It was 2022 when that started happening. I would have a major energetic shift every month. And my family, I would tell them, like, I'm going through an energetic shift. And they would be like, okay. Alrighty. They just knew. They couldn't even try to understand what I was going through. So that was the key phrase. So you guys let me know what your key phrase is. But coming out of that, I'm like, okay, let me try to keep it as long as I can, and I'm feeling good. I'm not going to force myself anymore when I feel different or something else is going on, because I've spent most of my life forcing myself and, just pushing so much pressure on myself. And then you receive it from other people because you do it yourself. And then you start shedding that and stop doing it to yourself. People stop doing it to you. Like, literally, I've experienced that. It's amazing. And I wish all that amazingness, and I'm blowing it with the glitter and the diamonds coming at you. So, flow show, Friday flow. I'm gonna flow it on out now and eat and finish my drink. And I'll talk to you guys later.